Armored Corps Law. Leonemeccanica and Melies, a pair of corporations whose lands did not see very much of the wars, yet it is when these two joined together that they would become one of the parents of a new monster. History. We decided to join these corporations in the same report due to their nature of their history, as they both based in Africa and seem to follow the same path, which leads to them becoming one in the end. Starting with Leonemeccanica, this corporation is made up of an alliance of major military corporations. It is no wonder then that it became Europe's second largest military manufacturer and appeared to have been the dominant corporation in Africa. This may be due to the fact that within the ranks of this alliance are leading companies of laser technologies. Though none of them are named, it is fair to say that one of these may have been the original military commanders of the government of Africa itself. From what we know in Armored Corps 4, Leonemeccanica was still independent this time, as they seem to have mostly used their own in-house necks for missions during the course of Armored Corps 4. Although there were a few missions where they reached out to Anatolia's mercenary, but most of these prior to the outbreak of the Lynx War, so we can conclude, like most other companies, they used them for cleanup operations and terrorist threats. It also should be noted here that the regions Leonemeccanica was powerful in seemed to be relatively low importance to others during the Lynx War, meaning they have been somewhat spared from the fighting. However, this brings up more questions than answers, as we later learn that when becoming Interior Union, that they controlled the world's fossil fuel market. If this is the case, why then were they spared? Would it not have benefited corporations like GA, who would later have to buy stakes in the corporation to allow them to get these fuels? The answer is not clear, yet from a personal view, it would seem GA simply did not do this either because they were busy with the war, or the simple fact that it's cheaper to throw money at something already there than to set up a new base and the cost of battle. It is around the time of the beginning of the Lynx War, however, that Melies came into the light, the strongest in the high-tech field, specializing in laser and rocket engine technologies, widely acknowledged as the industry's authority on the former, and seemed to be based in Africa too. Is it not a wonder then that this corporation, who seemed to have very little to their name, meaning only a single next and a few armed and back weapons, would join together with a corporation who would benefit from the merge? In truth, both parties did, as with the formation of Interior Union, the new corporation would rise fast and become Europe's #1 high-tech firm and have complete control over the fossil fuel market. Products. For Leonemeccanica, their products was greater in numbers than the corporations they merged with. Starting off with weapons, they had the RG-01 Pitone, a railgun using energy rounds, and 3 AS missile launchers, named BM-03 Medusa, the BM-05 Lamia, and the SM-01 Cilia, which track targets. Along with this, they also produced 2 radars, the RD-01 Senia and the R-03 Pandora, both designed to require low energy uses. Finally, they also had next parts, including the Telios, a full set of next parts built with energy weapons use in mind in both offensive and defensive purposes. There is also the A06 Aurora, an integrated weapons part with many AS missiles, and the L02 Albero, a tank-type part with low energy use for high-energy weaponry. Melies' productions, as expected, is very focused, containing only weapons like the HLR-01 Canbus, a higher-powered laser rifle, the LR-02 Altair laser rifle, and 2 pulse guns named the PG-02 Denied and the PG-03 Spiker. Along with these, the corporations all produced one back unit, known as the HLCO2 Sirius, a high-powered laser cannon with huge power and high impact. Links employed. Starting with Melies, this time as there is only one next. Stiletto, pilot of Les Anis Follies, alive but whereabouts unknown. Next is Leonemeccanica list of next. Eapool, pilot of Nero Nork, alive, whereabouts unknown. Katsumi Sumika, pilot of Chileejo, alive and reported as retired, but seen working as operator for another mercenary. Sarah Angelica, pilot of the Blue, alive, whereabouts unknown. Sir Morescu, pilot of Lamb, killed by Anatolia's mercenary in line of defense. In truth, before they joined together, these two corporations seem to have avoided the wars, and only truly started to make their mark on history when they became one, and as stated before, became one of the parents to a monster. This ends the report on the corporations known as Leonemeccanica and Melies.